Pero tiene una cosita aquí como
only two places. That's now going.
That place is Akuraka.
Yes, Prabhu.
This is a Patu.
This one Brahman.
This is Brahmakat. This is
Here all Brahmans Yagya.
they corrected Brahmakat. Said Korakat and he said no, Brahmakat.
Estamos haciendo una preparación con leche para... Sí.
Ya, lo he visto. No, tiene que
¿No
importa. Eso no tiene.
¿Seguro? ¿No es mala combinación?
No. Al final no, la leche al final.
Okay.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
भी भक्त प्रेम में तो बसीभूत हो जाते हैं। यही भगवान की विशेष करुणा की, भगवान की विशेष कृपा यही है, यही उनको भक्तवाद से लेता है। सारा दुनिया का मालिक होकर के भी ब्रज गोपियों को शरण प्रेम भिक्षी मांगते हैं। अभी गोपियों ने उनको बंदी बनाए, बंदी बनाकर फूल की माला से और बांध करके राधा रानी को पाती बना करता है। इतने राधा में श्याम सुंदर राधा forest, one of the 12 forests. Because there are 12 vanas, 12 forests in Braj Mandala, and there are also 12 upavats, sub-forests. So this is one of the Kelan Van. And it's named Kelan because it comes from the word Kela, to play. So Krishna is always playing and sporting because he is Rasika Shekhar. So with all of his associates, Krishna is constantly playing in the forests of Braja. And all the forests of Braja have been arranged by Yogamaya, and by extension of Baladev, that they are all completely suitable for Krishna's pastimes and all of his activities, which will stimulate rasa. So there's one very nice pastime that took place here. So begins, you know that Srimati Radhika, in her Kishori, in her youth, she was married to Abhimanyu. But actually, really, Abhimanyu can never touch her. And she lives there in the house of Abhimanyu's mother and sister. So generally, when the young bride is coming to the home of her husband, her bride, then the in-laws, the mother-in-law and the elder sisters, they are training her. And they are very firm and they are very protective, like this. So in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, Yogamaya has arranged that Krishna has the Jatila and Kutila, his mother-in-law and her mother, Srimati Radhika has her mother-in-law and her sister-in-law. So in these pastimes, they are always protective, but they are always suspicious also. They are constantly suspicious and they're constantly talking about the fact that Krishna is trying to corrupt their daughter-in-law. So now they're always speaking about this in Braj, and some kind of reputation is coming, that Srimati Radhika gets this reputation that she is unchaste, she is not chaste, and they're always blaming like this. So Shri Krishna, he knew this, and he did not like this fact, that she is being so much blamed like this. So therefore, he performed the Lila. He became sick one day, pretended, got very sick, even to the point of dying. And naturally, Mother Yashoda and all the Brajvasis became very much worried. Oh, Krishna may die, Krishna may die. And they were trying to understand how to cure. So then, she came there. First, she is respected by all the Brajvasis. She is like the guru of all the Brajvasis. So whatever she tells, they follow. So she knows, yes, it is possible to cure Krishna from his illness, but only by one method. And that is that you will have to find only the most chaste lady in all of Brajmandala. And that chaste lady, she will have to carry a golden pot of Jamuna water from this Jamuna river, but this pot will have 1,000 holes in it. So if she is truly chaste, then it will be possible for her to carry, otherwise not. Now, Jatila and Kutila, they are always considered to be very, very chaste, and they are also boasting about their chastity everywhere, here and there. So, now they came forward, and they made their attempt. They put the golden pot on their head, they went into the Jamuna River, and they dumped the pot under the water, and they held it up upon their head, and what happened? All the water became streaming out all over them, and as everybody was watching, they became very embarrassed, and they simply kind of shrunk away from that place in hiding. So now, everybody was so much concerned, how is it possible, how Krishna will be cured from his illness? And they were thinking, who else can carry this golden pot? How will it be possible? So Yogamaya, she informed that Mother Yashoda, she should request Srimati Radharani. Because actually Srimati Radhika is the most chaste. Why is she the most chaste? Because there is no other thought in her mind ever except her beloved Shyam Sundar. No other thought, no other man, no other personality will ever come into her heart or mind. But because this is Parakiya Ras, Leela, therefore it is always hidden. But Yogamaya knows, and therefore she told Mother Yashoda, now you should request that Jatila and Kutila should give permission that Srimati Radhika can carry this golden pot. So then they were requested, but actually they were so very reluctant to request, but nevertheless they requested. And if Krishna would die, then their reputation would also be completely spoiled. So now Srimati Radhika, she was requested, but now she feigned, she began to pretend that she is not qualified, and I will not do this, I cannot do this. But then Jatila and Kutila had to actually beg her. They became very pleading. They began to beg her, no, please, please. So finally she relented, and now she came to the bank of the Jamuna River. And with her intense praying for Krishna, she fixed her mind on the lotus feet of her beloved Krishna, on his lotus face. And in her mind and in her heart, only Krishna was there. And as she began to carry this pot of water into the Jamuna River, her praying was completely filling this pot and covering this pot. And as she dumped it underneath the water in the Jamuna water, and she raised it above her head, not one single drop came out from these 1,000 holes. And then everybody in Braj, they began to glorify Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Krishna's lotus face, lotus head, and now Krishna, he opened his eyes and began to smile, and his eyes met the eyes of Srimati Radhika, and everybody was rejoicing that now our Kanhaiya Lal is all right. So in Braj, everybody loves only Krishna. They think about Krishna 24 hours. They have no other thought like this. And this pastime is showing that in Braj, there is no one who is more absorbed in Krishna Prem than Srimati Radhika, because she is the topmost beloved of Krishna, the very embodiment of Mahabhav, the highest stages of Mahabhav. She is the Swarupini, the very embodiment of Mahabhav Prem. So we are very fortunate, under the guidance of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, to come to this Kailan Van and to touch the dust from this place. So we pray that this pastime and all the pastimes of Radha Shyam Sundar will manifest in our hearts. Amen.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitari Gaur Premanande.
I bathe in this river.
Huh?
I bathe in this river.
I bathe.
Bathe.
You go now. You're something with your
Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga on a Braj Mandala Parikrama, we've now come to this place of Ram Ghat. So, every morning when we are circumambulating our Thakurji and Tulsi Devi, then we are singing Jaya Rama Gata Jaya Rohini Nandan Jaya Jaha Sabalino. Right. So, Jaya Rama Gata Jaya Rohini Nandan. So, Baladev Prabhu, you know that he is the very first expansion of Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna is, Das Kaviraj Goswami has very beautifully explained Baladev Tattva in the 5th chapter of Adi Lila, and also explained how Shri Nityananda Balaram is non-different, the same identical personality. So, Baladev Prabhu expands from Shri Krishna, and he is considered like his second body. He is non-different. In every single way, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And from him, all the other expansions throughout the entire spiritual realm and in the material worlds, the 3 Vishnus, they also expand, and also Ananta Shesh. All these different expansions are coming from Baladev Prabhu. But in Vrindavan, Baladev is Rohini Nandan Balaram, and that is his original form. And as we heard in the past few days, going to Gokul, that Krishna and Balaram, when they left Vrindavan, they were actually not leaving. They remained here within Vrindavan in their unmanifest forms, because they never leave Vrindavan. But only Sankarshan Balaram and Vasudev Krishna, they continued and went to Mathura and Dwarka. So these past times of separation of the Brijbasis from Krishna, they were going on for so many years after Krishna had left Braj. And all were dying in separation mood. So Baladev Prabhu, he decided that he would come from Dwarka. He would come from Dwarka, and then he would satisfy the residents of Braja and pacify their moods of separation. So Balaram Prabhu came and journeyed here, and when he arrived, he met with the Brijbasis. They surrounded him, and Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda, first of all he came and touched their lotus feet, and they embraced him and cried so many tears and wept bitterly in his association. And then they began to inquire, how is our Krishna doing in Dwarka? And does he ever remember us, his mother and his father in Braja, now that he is surrounded by so many relatives and so much royal opulence and such in Dwarka? So in this way, all the residents of Braj came, and Balaram was pacifying their moods of separation. Then the gopis, Braja gopis came. And when Balaramji saw the Braja gopis, he smiled and glanced at them very beautifully. And the Braja gopis began to converse and inquire about their beloved Krishna. But at first, they indirectly inquired, how is Krishna doing? He must be. How is he feeling surrounded by all of these very sophisticated, elevated queens of Dwarka? All of these city folk who are so exalted personalities. Now Krishna is there. So what is his mood? But then they began to inquire, does he remember us also? at any time? Is he remembering his mother and his father and all of his Brijbasis who have given their life and soul and heart to him? And now they entered into a mood of feeling chastisement towards Krishna. And they began to blame Krishna. That Krishna is so cruel. He is so heartless. He has left us. He did not care at all. But we cannot leave him. We are here, sitting here, day after day, and we are collecting flowers from the forest, and we are stringing flower garlands for Krishna, and hoping that one day he will come, and we can place these garlands around his neck. But alas, Krishna does not come, and simply we sit and weep bitterly and bitterly weeping. So in this way the Braja Gopis began to speak about Krishna's cold-heartedness, how he gave his promise to the Braja Gopis that he would return, but he has not returned. And even he told, I can never repay you for your love and your devotion to me. But the Braja Gopis said, actually we see that he did not mean any of these words, only he has cheated us. He immersed, and Krishna Avesh, Krishna entered within their hearts and their minds, and they became so absorbed that they were seeing Krishna in front of them and envisioning his pastimes. And Baladev Prabhu, now, in order to satisfy the Braja Gopis, Baladev Prabhu brought them to the bank of the river Jamuna, at this place, Ram Ghat, and he danced Ras Leela here. The month was springtime, Chaitra, and the forest of Vrindavan was filled with so many beautiful, blossoming, fragrant forest flowers. The air the wind and the breeze were blowing with all these fragrances, and honey was oozing from the trees. All beautiful sap and dew were coming from the trees, and there was a very sublime atmosphere. So Baladev Prabhu, at that time, he began to dance Ras Leela with the Braja Gopis. But it is explained by our acharyas that actually Ras Leela is not only singing and dancing and playing musical instruments, but so many other pastimes like Jal Keli, sporting in the Jamuna river in the waters, and doing so many other intimate pastimes, embracing and kissing, and going into private kunjas like this. But the acharyas have explained that Baladev Prabhu, he has no enjoying mood. His mood is that in his abhiman, his identity, is that I am servant of Krishna. And the loving affairs of Braj, they are not like the lusty affairs of this material world. In this material world, everything that goes on in the name of love, actually it is not love at all. It is simply calm lust, material lust, to satisfy one's own senses. Atmendriya priti vancha tare bole kam. So the desire to please one's own senses, Atma Indriya, these senses of our own material body, this conception is nothing but mundane lust. And there is a vast difference between lust and transcendental spiritual love of the Goloka Vrindavan. It is so far beyond this. There is not one speck of personal desire to satisfy one's own senses. So in Ras Leela, in all of these pastimes of Radha and Krishna and the Gopis, they are trying only to satisfy the senses of Krishna. And even Krishna's mood is not selfish. He is also serving his beloved devotees, and he is satisfying them. There is purely no lust at all. So in this pastime, Baladev Prabhu was dancing with the Krishna's gopis, but especially he was dancing also with his own gopis. And after the affairs of the Ras Leela dancing, Baladev Prabhu went only with his own gopis into the intimate kunjas, where he embraced the Braja Gopis that were in his own gana, in his own camp. Because earlier in Krishna's pastimes, he glanced at, when they were herding the cows, Krishna gave a glance to Baladev Prabhu to indicate that, there is this section of gopis here, and they are attracted to you. They are particularly your gopis. So from that time on, Baladev Prabhu understood, and those gopis also understood. So when Baladev Prabhu came here, he was especially dancing with his own gopis and engaging in ras. But even if Baladev
Baladev Prabhu is engaging in Ras Leela with Krishna's gopis, there is no harm to this. There is no mundane lust. It is purely in the service of Krishna. So Baladev Prabhu looked so beautiful, and when they were finished with their dancing, then Baladev Prabhu wanted to engage in water sports. So he called Jamuna Devi to come. But Jamuna Devi was reluctant to come, and she was fearful of Baladev. Oh, I forgot to mention, just prior to this, the atmosphere and mood of Vrindavan was filled with so much nectar, and Varuna sent his daughter Varuni to come and manifest in the form of these very sweet, beautiful Varuni beverage. And so Baladev Prabhu and all the gopis began to drink this Varuni, and they became intoxicated. But what is this intoxication? This is the intoxication of Krishna Prem. It is not ordinary intoxication of this world. But Jamuna Devi was reluctant to come. So Baladev Prabhu, you know that he carries a plow. Haladar, Balaram, carrying the hala, the plow. So he used his plow, and he went and he dragged Jamuna Devi to this place. So it is explained by our acharyas that how can he drag Jamuna Devi? Because Jamuna is the beloved Saki of Krishna, Vishaka Devi herself. So how could Baladev treat her in such a rough manner like this? But it is explained by the acharyas that original Jamuna Devi, who is the very manifestation of liquid Krishna Prem, this Jamuna which Lord Balaram was calling, is the manifestation of that original Jamuna Devi. This Jamuna Devi goes and flows down toward the ocean. So this was not the same Vishaka Devi manifestation of Jamuna which Lord Balaram had pulled. So in this way, Lord Balaram now entered the Jamuna river, just like an elephant with so many she-elephants. And they bathed and engaged in so many beautiful water sports here. And Baladev Prabhu engaged in this pastime of Ras Leela with the gopis for 2 months and fully satisfied their hearts, because for so long their hearts had been burning in separation. And now they felt so appeased and so happy. And when Baladev Prabhu came out of the Jamuna river, then they came and offered some very beautiful blue cloth to Balaram. And his body is very white like the moon. And Baladev looked so beautiful and so wonderful. So we know that anyone who takes shelter of the lotus feet of Baladev Prabhu, who is the Akhanda Guru Tattva, just like Narottam Das Thakur has praised Nityananda Balaram, that Nitai Pada Kamalam Koti Chandra Sushitala Yechayai Jagata Jurai. Jagata Jurai means that the whole universe, the whole world, it becomes cooled and it becomes completely relieved by taking shelter of the 2 lotus feet of Lord Nityananda Balaram. So Baladev Prabhu, without Baladev and taking shelter of Balaram, no one can have any spiritual strength, because the word Bala means spiritual strength. Not by material strength can we achieve the lotus feet of Krishna. Only by taking shelter of Baladev Prabhu, who is the Akhanda Guru Tattva, and entering into the service mood of Sri Krishna, then all spiritual strength will come to us. So, without this, it is impossible to attain Krishna, Krishna Seva, and the mercy of Krishna. So we're very fortunate to come here, to this place, Ram Ghat, and to take the dust on our heads. This tree is also a descendant of a very large banyan tree that was here at the time when Baladev Prabhu danced his Ras Leela. So we are bowing down in the dust of this place and at the lotus feet of our Gurudev and Rupanuga Guru Varga, that they will bless us, that one day all of these pastimes will manifest within our hearts. Sri Ram Ghat ki jai, Baladev Prabhu ki jai.
Nityananda Prabhu completely absorbed in the mood of Baladev Prabhu, and he was staying in this place and dancing, singing with his associates. So, and our all Guru Vargas, they came, our beloved Gurudev, every year he used to come in this place. So we have come here in this place to collect the dust of their foot dust. One day we will realize the dust of the Brajabhumi. बलराम घाट की
देखिए 1 हाथ रुपया किराया बस वाला बस 1 हाथ रुपया चढ़ाए 1 हाथ रुपया चढ़ाए तो हुआ दे चढ़ाए को 1 हाथ रुपया स्टेशन आ गया बस 1 हाथ रुपया दे
What name? क्या नाम? क्या नाम?
क्या नाम बोलो?
क्या नाम?
बिहार कुंड बिहार किया
बाजी निकल जाओ दर्शन करने
बिहार बन बिहारी
Maharaj was expressing that there are lots of trees nearby. If you go in the backside, you'll see that the trees are lying on the ground. They're actually offering obeisances unto Krishna. These trees are not ordinary trees. The trees outside of Vrindavan, they are dull. They have very sankuchit chetan, very limited consciousness. But the trees in Vrindavan, they are actually fully ecstatic in love of Krishna. They are the abode of Krishna's love. Actually, one person, he was going to pass stool, and he went near a tree, and the tree told him, "Can't you go and sit next somewhere else? Why are you sitting near me to pass stool?" So this is the evidence that actually the tree in Vrindavan, they are actually great sages, and they have taken the shape of trees and creepers. Just as a saintly person visits the house, some householder's place, the husband and wife, they actually greet the saintly person. So similarly, Maharaj is saying that the trees and creepers, they are actually husbands and wives who are greeting Krishna, who comes into Vrindavan and plays flute. And when Krishna plays the flute, there's so much honey oozes out of the trees and creepers, and that honey is in the shape of the tears they shed in due to the affection of Krishna. So then Maharaj was expressing that the gopis, they are actually, he's quoting from Narottam Das Thakur, he spoke that, "Oh my mind, let's go to Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the Braja Bhumi, and there I want to become ankle bells of the gopis. I want to become ankle bells, and the sound should come, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna." And the gopis, they are actually glorifying the does. The does, when Krishna plays the flute, the does walk ahead, and the deers follow their wives, the does. And the deers, their name is Krishna Sar. Sar means the essence, and Krishna means black. So black Krishna is the essence of their life. And the gopis are saying that we are not so fortunate as these does and the deers who have made the the entire goal of their life to serve Krishna and to observe His sweet form by their eyes. Those are not even blinking. They are simply glancing at Krishna, one pointed glance without even blinking their eyelids. And the gopis are also glorifying this land. And when Radhika and gopis, they went to Kurukshetra, they actually told Krishna that here you are like a king, you are a prince here, and there are so many elephants and horses and big armies around, and we don't enjoy with you the same way as in Vrindavan. The Vrindavan is a very sweet land. There are so many beautiful kadamba trees on which the peacocks are doing the sound ke ka, the peacocks and peahens are singing. So many cuckoo birds are doing the pancham swar, coo, coo, and so many beautiful sound is coming, and Krishna is playing flute here. And actually Maharaj was explaining a very nice tattva here, that who's the flute? Flute is actually the Saraswati, the goddess of learning, who actually wanted to stay on Krishna's person all the time. So she did intense austerity. And when she did the intense austerity, Krishna appeared to her and said, "What benediction you want?" And Saraswati Devi said, "I should always remain on your person. I should always be attached to you, connected to you." And Krishna said, "This is very difficult. There are so many gopis, and how can I keep you alone by my side?" And then Krishna said, "All right, you become my flute. Sometimes I'll keep you on my lips, sometimes I'll keep you around my waist, sometimes I'll keep you on my hand." And then Saraswati took the form of a flute. The flute has 7 holes. The 7 holes, actually, in our mouth there are 7 holes. There are 2 nostrils, 1 mouth, 2 ears, and 2 eyes. So there are 7 holes on our head. So the flute has to be empty. When you cut a bamboo, it's just a portion of bamboo. When you cut this bamboo, it has to be emptied out. Then the 7 holes are made with a burning iron rod. If the flute is not empty, if there is some garbage, there is some dust, there are some leaves inside the flute would not sound at all. So in order that the nectar from Krishna's lips to enter into the flute and pervade this whole Brahmanda, the flute has to be empty. So Maharaj was saying that our heart should always also be empty, and we should only be filled with the nectar of Krishna's lips. What is a flute? Flute is nothing but a dry bamboo. On the bank of Jamuna, so many bamboos are there, and one portion of the bamboo is cut and the flute is made. There are 7 holes, there are 7 swar, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. 7 notes. However, this bamboo has become very proud. The bamboo feels very proud that all the ancestors of the bamboo and all the relatives, the trees are the relatives of the bamboo trees, bamboo shoots, and they are very, very proud that one of our descendants, this flute, is always remain on Krishna's lips. And even the Jamuna is very happy that, oh, I am related with these bamboos. The bamboos grow on my bank, and Jamuna is also very proud of the bamboo flute of Krishna. So this is, Maharaj was quoting so many beautiful things from the Venu Geet, and the glories of this place. We have come to this place. This is the most glorious place, and we are praying to the dust of this land where Krishna did so many pastimes with the gopis that it will sprinkle some mercy on us. Vancha kalpataru.
After similar kind hearts, Gurudeva's upright. Nandi Kishore Prabhu, he's gone now, he's gone to the third fight from Raj, 1 year in overnight.
Participation of Srimati Radhika. So I have seen before also here, there is one Kadamba tree and one Samadhi. So Gurudev explained. Now most of the forest of Vrindavan already here. They cut all the trees in it. But there is Bihar, some trees also is there, and also in Kokilavan, when you will go in Kokilavan, we will see there. So what at Tapovan? About couple years we are not going. But very nice people, first time in Tapovan. As the 7 sisters gopis, they perform her austerity. That place is called Tapovan. Maybe one day we will go and see. And they will retire.
Pardon, Srila.
Paisa नहीं
ये तो जान लिया सही बात नहीं है सही बात
इसलिए सभी जीवन
नहीं है यहाँ के पति
गाड़ी यहाँ पे आई है तो वहाँ कहा गए हैं बालू की तरफ से बैठिए एकदम जमुना जी में हाथ धोइए पानी पीजिए
राधे राधे श्याम को हो सवेरे शाम को हो आराम मिलेगा। I'm following you.
All demigods, they call to Radhika, Lalita, Vishakha, all others, everyone. One day you should go with us. Then they told, okay, we'll come. At that time, all Braja Gopis came. First, they took bath. After they did worship. So worshiping is finished. Then they become very happy. Nobody is here. They are fearless. But at that time, Sri Krishna and some children like Subal, Siddham, Padamangal, some seconds, they came here. Very quietly, at once they took all clothes and climbed on the tree. They are Kadamba tree, so climbed on the tree. Sitting here, binding all clothes, sitting. After a few minutes, Sri Krishna called to Braja Gopi, "Oh Braja Gopi, you know whose class here? So I have seen long distance, far away, I have seen there. Oh, here in Kadamba tree, so many beautiful colorings flowers. So I want to take here. So when I came, but I have seen here is no flowers, only cloth. But whose cloth? You know? Then very afraid, and very shy. So we have no clothes only. I said, what we are taking? But this time, so Sri Krishna came, they are very shy, very afraid. Then they told, oh Sri Krishna, oh my dear,
So those clothes are mine, no others. Please give me clothes. Otherwise, big problem. We are really very cold, very cold. So, winter season comes. So please give me clothes. Then Sri Krishna told, oh, so all girls, they have greed. Always, oh, clothes, give me clothes, clothes, clothes. So, is this your clothes? No. Here, so some demigoddess coming. They have clothes. They are putting here, and they are going here. When they came, that time they are taking this clothes, use this clothes, after that they worship Devi Mata. So their clothes, why you want? Brajagopi told, Shyama Sundarate Garbhamadasyam Shyama Sundarate Garbhamadasyam.
कृष्ण अघासुर को पेट काटने में गए और उन्होंने अघासुर को वध किया, उसको ब्रह्मरंध्र भेद करके एक दिव्य ज्योति निकली। को मुंह से जब निकले वो ब्रह्म ज्योति आकर के कृष्ण का चरण में ही प्रवेश किया। और उस कथा लोग जो अपना घर से जो कलवा लाए थे, एक कलवा निकालते हैं, स्वयं हाथ करके